It's a beautiful day to be inside a television studio where the lightning can't get me. A little blustery here at the lake, certainly to be expected around here this time of year, but I'm gonna complain about it anyway. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm David, and where is my sunshine? All the trees and grass outside are crusty and brown and ugly. I want my green back. The rain better be putting in some serious work, because I want it to look like the god-dang Emerald City out there ASAP. It's another installment of Weekend at the Lake presented by Chris Lightco, the cream of the crop for illumination at the lake. And you can stick that in your coffee and drink it. If you want to see your piece of the lake the way it's meant to be shown off, Chris Lightco will have it shining. Now, we've got plenty to talk about this week, so let's dive in and stick around at the end because I've got an important acknowledgement to make. So, Thursday through Sunday, starting at 8 a.m., the gates open at Jacob's Cave for the Midwest's biggest and wildest swap meet, and it's all ours here at the lake. I got some cool stuff last year, and saying you could do the same is an understatement of a biblical scale. Stalls as far as the eye can see with everyone's cool, weird stuff displayed for our eyes to feast on and our wallets to slightly regret. I love buying secondhand. Thrift shops are great, and local swap meets are even better because, for one thing, you're putting money into the hands of a regular person like you who needs it. You're feeding someone's kids with that purchase or helping them make rent, as much as I like funding a third-generation Nepo baby's 6th trip to Ibiza this year. If you want a fun time, take some friends and see which one of you can find the coolest stuff. You can get pretty much anything there. That's Frank's Swap Meadowlands Trading Days at Jacob's Cave, but we all know it as Jacob's Cave. Now, I really love the Lake Arts Council. I do. There are a bunch of great people doing some really amazing stuff. Back when I covered the In Plein Air painting competition, I met some wonderful people like Bill Woods and Garrett 61 Jackson, a lot of really incredible talents and personalities at the lake. So I'm always thrilled to talk up one of their events, and this one is a doozy. Check this out. It's a talent show. Now, not a lot of towns could host a talent show where I wouldn't say, oh boy, this is gonna be something. But here at the lake, I've seen some of the talent firsthand. We've got some incredible people here who do some incredible things, and I want to see it. It's the 2025 Lake Variety Talent Showcase, which sounds like a pretty big event. Singers, instrumentalists, actors, all brought together by a director who's been doing this show for 19 years. The show is old enough to vote. It sounds like there's going to be a ton of live music, which is one of the lake's specialties, so I imagine we're going to be getting some real heavy hitters. I mean, it sounds like a blast. The show is Saturday, April 5th from 7 to 8:30 at the Camdenton Middle School Little Theater. All right, we're neck deep now, but let's take a break to hear from some of the absolutely fantastic businesses that make this whole thing possible.
They always say that seeing is believing, and to see the breathtaking beauty of your lakefront paradise, it needs to be lit correctly. Chris Lightco takes your space and illuminates it like never before. From your home and walkways to your dock and lakefront oasis, Chris Lightco lights up the Lake of the Ozarks.
Osage River Popcorn, your home at the lake for fresh, gourmet popcorn. But it doesn't stop at just what's in the name. Come see us on Bagnell Dam in Lake Ozark for Stom European chocolate, gelato, and so much more. We've even got a drive-thru with specialty coffee. And yes, our gourmet popcorn is still popped fresh daily. Come on by as a stranger and leave as a friend, with an armful of the sweetest treats at the lake. Osage River Popcorn in Lake Ozark. See you soon!
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Chris Lightco is local and ready to light up your lakefront oasis. So call us today to schedule your free consultation so we can illuminate your slice of heaven. But for now, back to Weekend at the Lake with David Leatherberry, brought to you by Chris Lightco.
A big thanks to my team of sponsors, and speaking of, the snack I've been enjoying lately is Osage River Popcorn's mint chocolate flavor. Mint chocolate popcorn. Excuse me? This is my favorite out of their tons of flavors that I like, along with those chocolates that they sell that are like full of the fruit-flavored creamy scent. You know those? Those rock. They were definitely smart to sponsor me because, dude, I could talk about sweets all day. Try me. This stuff is peak. Well, we've also got the Lake of the Ozarks Spring Boutique Crawl on Saturday the 5th. 15 different lake boutiques will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in a big collaborative event where you can get cool prizes just for visiting. Ladies, it's time to do a little something we like to call treat yourself. You've earned it. I don't know you, but I'm sure you earned it somehow. Store promotions, sales, refreshments, and tons of clothes, accessories, and decor. Lots to buy. And all things that, coincidentally, are really fun to shop for if you're the right kind of person. Pick up a punch card and a map at the first location you hit, and you are all set. Punch at least 7 locations with a visit and a purchase, and you could win $750 in gift cards if the big shopping haul wasn't reward enough. And now for the big acknowledgement. And as I write this, I'm finding myself struggling for words, which is rare for me. Bob Spicer made the show what it is. He had a long, talented career, and this was where he happily finished it. I won't sit here and tell his story or preach to you about who he really was because I didn't get to know him long. But I liked him a lot. He was a good dude with a great sense of humor, and I owe this opportunity to him. I get to come up here and do this and enjoy this incredibly fun job because he gave me that. Even if I didn't get to know him very well or very long, I still stand here owing a lot to him, and my future was changed heavily by him through this experience. If I leave any legacy, God willing, it was with his help. Maybe I didn't know him long, but he made himself an important part of my life in that sense. Last Friday, Bob looked up at the sky and decided he was ready for what's next. Heaven lifted him up, and he said goodbye, his voice on the air one last time. And now that he's hanging out with the stars, I just want a moment to be grateful for the great fella named Bob Spicer. Pour one out for a real one, because a real one he was. To find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the fantastic new LOZ app to stay connected with us. And if you have an event you want discussed here on the show, make sure you send me the information at davidl@mylaketv.com, because I think that would be really cool of you to do. So thank you, Chris Lightco, for presenting our show. It means the most. And thanks, Bob. Most of all, for just being fun. That's our show, and have an amazing weekend at the lake.
In August 2016, the 6th annual Birthplace of Route 66 Festival was held in Springfield, Missouri. This event was special as it celebrated the 90th anniversary of the birth of Route 66 in Springfield. Over 38,000 people attended the 3-day event, and Lake TV was there.
Boy, you never know who you run into and where.